Well, welcome back to Penny's Hot Rod and Custom. Just old Derek again. This is going to be our new project for the winter. Before I get into this, I kind of lost the garage for working space for Christopher. So, Dealer's Fury, get that done. And I haven't done a heck of a lot because I just had a hip surgery. It's just been about 2 months, and I'll tell you, I feel great. It's been a bad year waiting for this surgery, but at least my leg is good now, so I can get back to doing things again. I'm still working on my 2.5 frame there, and then there's a 2 horsepower upright frame. Those two, I want those engines done this year, so there'll be some videos on those. But I figured I'd do hopefully an easy video. Hopefully it doesn't take too much to get going. And this is a Massey Harris made in Toronto, Canada. And it's a Type 3, 1.5 horse. These were the last engines to be built in Toronto, Canada. This was not a Fairbank dead salt block. This is an actual Fairbanks, an actual Massey Harris engine. You can see right there. And just for those that you can't see the model and the serial number, I just wrote it down there. But what I've been told, like I said, these things tail enders, they were only made from 1932 till 1935. They're only a couple years. And you can't find much on the internet on these things. So it must be that rare. We'll go back a bit. Years and years ago, Kevin and Ryan, they'd always look for engine stuff for sale in the old Western Producer. And we came across a collector, I guess the husband died. And she was selling the husband's engines off. So we went out there, we bought some engine, and I always remember she had this engine up by the house in a locked garage. Just because it was very rare. And that's what she wrote on there. Very rare. And after I started looking around, I cannot find much information on this thing. So it must be rare. But don't quote me on this, but I think you were trying to sell it for $2,500. If you take some jewels off it, that's what I paid for it. So it wasn't no $2,500, but it ended up at an auction not too far from us, and I bought it. I think we've probably been walking over it for the last couple of years in Stony, so I found, it can't be too bad of a project to work on. But I do not have a lot of information on this engine, so it's going to be a little bit of trial and error, figuring things out. But from what I see, it's all complete. That's even the original gas tank. And I cracked the lid off. Well, it looks a little rusty there. But if you actually, just wait, I'll get a flashlight. I can't believe this thing. If you actually look down at the bottom, I don't know if I can get you guys down there. It's actually in good shape. So just clean the gas tank out, and that'll be good. And then it just, fuel line just goes down through here. I think it just siphons into the carburetor. This is your speed. But for serial numbers, I cannot find much for serial numbers. There was only one other one listed, the same as this, as a 1.5 horse, but it was a 21 or a 22. This one is just strictly a number 2. So I don't know if this is the second block that was made. I don't know. And this is, like I repeat, it's not a Fairbank salt block. Because if you look down there, you can see the Massey Harris logo in the casting. So want to offend any of you guys out there, but to me, this is an ugly engine. Compared to like if you go with a Type 1 Massey, that's a nice looking engine. Even the Type 2, they're not bad. But a Type 3, for a horse and a half, it's just, it is what it is. I'll just try not to offend you guys, but I'm just used to working on older stuff like that'll have get finished this year. That little Titan block. That's a 3/4 horsepower air compressor. Alright, back to this. So I have no idea where we're going to get because I can't get any spark. And this does not have a battery coil. It has a magneto. And the magneto, you can see, is right behind the flywheel. Called an FG mag, I believe. And I don't have much information on this, so I'm trying to gather all the information I can find. But I found an old Wyco book that the old man had, and found this is actually supposed to be a ground strap. Like, even the guy that owned this before me, I don't know if he even had it running. So it had compression. Should be enough for it to run. The guy runs, oh heck, and it's being revved high. 1500 RPM or 13. So I think what I have to do is pull the flywheel off to get to the magneto. But all the information I had was, and I was surprised he even had it. Very surprised. I said, the old man, he always collected a lot of weird stuff, so. There's an FG, or an F or an FG. And that's what the magneto looks like underneath the flywheel. There's your breaker point, and somewhere is your coil, and somewhere there'll be a little cam loop to trip the breaker, the contact. So luckily, I have a little bit of information to tell you how to adjust it, set it up. Your air gap, your mags, charge mags. It basically, put on down is kind of like an EK mag in a way. There was that, and then there was I have another, somewhere in the book, another diagram that shows you all the parts, numbers of it. But so I think that's my big thing, pulling off the flywheel. I don't want to get into this thing too much. I just want to basically get up and running, and that's it, as far as I'm going. I'll change the oil in it, but the only downside out of this whole thing, and I just found out in about the last 20 minutes ago, the head's being cracked. So I don't know. I might pick that off, get it re-welded, or if it's ugly, I'll get another one cast. I don't know. I'll see if I can get that one fixed, but if not, the worst scenario is I'll get one printed up and get one casted. You'll never know the difference. But like I said, I don't want to put a heck of a lot of time into this thing. I just want to get up and running. I got other things to work on, but I didn't realize this thing's actually that rare. And if it is, just a hobby, you come across it, and, funny deal. But it's just kind of neat. This one is actually made in Canada, not a rip-off of anything. It's the real deal, Massey Harris, and this was the tail end being manufactured of engines, because Massey Harris was still going after up in the 50s with Cub, I believe, but they did that down in the States and just rebadged the name, as far as I know. But anyway, I guess enough rambling. Let me see about how to get the flywheel off. The only thing on this thing, I don't know if missing would be the muffler and whatever pulley was back there. That's the only thing I think that was missing off here. This is the original skid, because I can tell by how they notched it there, and move the very rare side. You can see how they notched it for the flywheel on the mag. So, what this thing ran, I have no idea. I found from a little bit of reading that they were put on sprayers back in the 30s. The only other engine I've ever seen was a 3 horsepower Type 3. I saw that at an auction 10 years ago, say. Ran nice, weird looking engine, ran very nice, and it went overseas, I think to England. But that's the only time I've ever seen Type 3s. So, seen lots of 1 and 2, but not Type 3. Hey, I guess enough rambling on. I'm gonna see if I can start pulling something apart. I might even pull the head off. I don't know. See what the valves look like. Hope I don't have to go too far on this. Alright, let's get somewhere on this. Well, I ran into one problem. I have no idea how to get the stupid flywheel off. I thought maybe there would be a key in there, but no, that's just a roll pin just for to spin the engine over. I don't know if this is someone's homemade handle, but that's all. I don't know, you can spin it over like nothing. But I thought maybe a key or a set screw in there. Oh, that's just the roll pin down in there. I cannot find a key. You can see there's absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna go with plan B. Take the whole backing off of here, and hopefully I can pull the crank out. PC split. Like I say, if anyone has any information on how to work on these engines, please let me know. You can tell how badly I neglected the engine. That's a lot of water in the oil. So, I don't think it did any damage, but I've had water in the oil before, so I figured I'd drain the oil before I start taking this all the back part off. I was hoping I didn't have to do it. I was just hoping I could pull the flywheel off, but I have no idea how to get the flywheel off without busting it, so we'll find out the hard way. Usually do. Anyway, I got the back cover off. Apparently it's just doing these 2 bolts. And then a little bit of tapping to break the gasket loose. Undid the fuel line. I'll get rid of the cap out of the way. I'll tell you one thing. Work on an old Famous or Fairbanks or something's easier than this. This thing's complicated. But I'll figure it out. Here's your lifters. The camshaft. There's your crank. We got weights put onto the crankshaft. Right there. There's the governor. I have a hard time believing if this is the original green paint. This is being repainted, so. But they've obviously had this thing apart to have green paint inside there on the governor. So. I'll scrape out the rest of the waters in there. You can see in the bottom. I'll clean that all out. There's a homemade Smith. Well, maybe, I don't know. That looks homemade. I don't know. The oil slinger. Like a dipper. It throws the oil around. That looks homemade to me, but that throws the oil. So splash everything. Since I've gone this far, maybe we'll just keep going, and I'll mark the time in, and hopefully I can just I don't know, take the back cover off this. I'll take the crankshaft out, take the back cover off of this. That way I can get into the magneto and get it sparking and see what the problem is. Other than that, I don't know. I didn't see too much other problem. I don't know how much play we had in the connecting rod. I'll have to find out on that one. See, could tighten it up a little bit. I'll take some. Let's see. First time I actually seen one of these. Like I said, I've never even worked on a Fairbanks salt block, so I don't plan to work on one of those. This is probably the newest I'm gonna get here. So, but like I say, if anybody has information or a manual on this thing, please let me know. Or anything. Anyway, I'll somehow keep digging at this and mark my timing up, or see if I have timing marks to go from, and keep digging away at it, because it's got definitely roller bearings in it. I can see on the camshaft the roller bearings. Oh yeah, there should be roller, yeah, there's roller bearings in there. Yeah. All right, we'll see how much more I gotta go. Well, it's the next day. I've given a little bit of thought what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to pull the whole crankshaft out, just so I can get at that stupid mag. But I started looking at a couple of things for people's restoration jobs. I hate this. They even put a cotter pin in here, and usually you'd have to have another nut in here for the cotter pin to work in the castle nut, but you can see nothing on both. So, oh well. But I rolled the engine over a couple of times to figure out where the timing marks are. And I couldn't really find too much, but I don't know if it's factory or what. See if I can find it again. Maybe get better light in here somewhere. Oh yeah, you see someone painted. And I can see ticks in it too, so that's the one mark. And the other one is down right there. So I guess don't have to worry about timing. Long as those marks don't get, well, they got, I can see there's little punch marks in it, but we'll pull the both out. I don't really have to worry about any babbit except for the connecting rod, and I'm going to change all that nutting system, especially this thing whipped at 1500 RPM. The last thing you need that to come undone, you can smash everything. And remember where to put some sort of oiling belt. There's the governor system back there, and these are all on roller bearings. Weird. Never worked on an engine with roller bearing. Besides a new engine, but for an old clunker engine like this, this is the first time for me working on with a roller bearing. Usually it's always old Babbitt. Alright, I guess I'll undo 4 bolt, 5 bolt, 6 bolt. Pull that guy back, and I'll probably right now just shove the piston in there, and I'll leave it in there for right now, and then I'll pull that out later on. Now since I'm doing that, maybe we'll pull off the crappy little head and see how the valves are. I was really hoping this to be an easy engine, just to kind of fart with it a bit, fire it up, okay, done. Not looking like that. But, oh well, pull some more stuff apart. Well, I lied. The head's coming off now because I want to get the piston out, and it's hitting against the crankshaft, so I've already beat the head to break it loose. So this is the first time it's coming off that I've owned this. I know I have a little battle wound down here, but I'm not too worried about that. That's why I couldn't push the piston any further. It was hitting right up against the stones, or right up against the head. So, I don't care about the gasket, at least my worries. Let's see if I can push the piston out. Not a lot of room in this thing. Very tight. Alright. I will say the Babbitt is in very nice shape on both. There's a lot of I'll show you. Put that down there first. Where's one of them? What did I do with them? I put them, I don't even know I put them now. Oh. There's a lot of shims. So, from what I'm seeing, there's not a lot of hours on this engine. It's looking pretty good, but that's just for the bearing part, because the bearings are very nice. There's very little wear in it. Same as this guy, looking really good. Now the rings. The rings look great to me. So what you got is your 2 compression rings. That's your 2 top, and then this is your oil ring. And as far as I'm concerned, those rings are very nice shape. Maybe just a little clean up. And well, maybe do a little more investigating, but I can see there's quite a bit of margin on the valve, so hopefully the valves are gonna live for another day. I'm hoping, but at least you got to see the piston come out, and it's actually very nice shape. Wall feel very nice shape. That's a miracle. Usually I'm always making piston rings or a piston or boring out a cylinder or wow. Well, it helps. This thing's a self-lubricating engine, so it's always got oil in the system. Alright, give me a bit of time and I'll go pull the back off of this thing, and then we'll see the back end come apart on this. Alright, I pulled out all 3 bolts. Now I gotta remember, top ones are short, then it's long, then medium. Yes, I recorded it, so I know now, but like I said, I don't have a manual for this thing, so I kind of be a little smarter at this. There's one side. Obviously you can tell that's an outside because your lip here, and that's what holds the bearing. And I went back, I gotta figure out about that stress washer, you know, whatever that's for. I'll have to figure what that's for. So I'll put that there. I don't know if I can pull this out without everything falling. Hopefully not. And that's the other side. I'll put this stuff all away so that way it goes back in order. Now, only one thing I found a little odd, I've been kind of playing with, but I'm hoping it doesn't need much machine work. You can see this guy's fairly tight. This guy it's got a lot of side-to-side play. That tells me it's worn in the it's worn somewhere, and this one's tight. You know, I can't turn it as much as this guy. This guy's a little too floppy, but we'll find out. But I guess we'll pull the, yeah, I guess that's what we'll call it, the camshaft. Huh. See if I can get in here. We'll just roll it out, hopefully. I have no idea. Maybe not. I don't want to screw any teeth up here because these are not the easy things to machine. Maybe what I'll do, I'll just put the camera down and I'll bring you guys back when I pull this all apart. You kind of see how it all goes together. And remember, I have my 2 timing marks on these 2 gears, so. And when I looked at it, I rolled the engine over everything. That looked like it's all within reason time, so. Alright, let's see if we can pull this apart. Well, after pulling the camshaft out, I was ready to go and pull the crankshaft out. Not happening. I can move the one end. I can't move this end. Because if you, I don't know if you can see back there, but there's actually a screw back in here. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. And how are you supposed to get, I can maybe get this one out here, but how I'm going to get these ones back here? So, I don't know. This little engine's getting to be a pain in my ass, pardon my language, but it's not easy. I'm used to my old ones where they're a lot easier than this. So, I think I'm going back to plan A again. I don't know. For now, I really got to find some information on this engine, because it's getting too technical for me, technically. So, okay, I wanted to get the roll pin out here. There's a roll pin, they use that for driving, starting the engine. But, it's only a one-way hole. Only got this hole here. No hole here. So, and I can only pound the roll pin out so far, if you can see. So, and I can't really get a saw in there. So what I did, this is the other end of it. I punched it far as I could. And here's the other end of it. There's the diagram there. Yeah. Kept working away at it. Now, I can put my punch in here. Whatever I did with my punch, I have no idea. As I say, this engine's getting me frustrated now. I can put that in there. Somewhere. Somehow. Oh yeah. And I can keep pounding away at it, but I gotta figure out how to get the pulley off. There is, from first I see, there's no set screws or a gib key or anything. I don't know. Well, first I'll get this roll pin out, and then I'm gonna start investigating. Same as the flywheel. You know, I can't see the thing just being a press-on fit. That doesn't make sense to me. So, but and I can't get. There's no way I can get farther. I know I can't get those screws out back in there, way back in there. No. So let me investigate some more on the very rare, ugly engine. Well, I ran into a problem. I just can't figure out how to get this stupid pulley and flywheel off without breaking it. So I really got to find some information, or someone out there that can give me some information or help me out. I've tried to see if I could take this thing apart, or roll it around so I can get the screws, but I can't, because there's actually a pin back here. So I can only, this rocket, you can see there's just a little pin right there, so I can't physically turn that around. I need to get inside here, that's the problem. But I don't know how this is actually holding on at the moment. There's no gib keys, anything. Set screw, nothing. Except for some holes, I don't know. Either that, or maybe try putting a little puller on it and give it a little tug. I don't know. I don't want to start breaking things. That's the problem. But just because of this piece, I cannot get the crank off. As you can see, keep it whole screwed into the block, and there's 3 screws back there. But if anybody out there that can give me some sort of information on, please do. Wouldn't mind actually having this thing running and just get it over with and work on something else. But this rare ugly engine driving me nuts. But I'm gonna leave the video with this one, because we're gonna keep going on and on and on. I'm never gonna be able to finish this. So like always, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.